This video is talking about how you can get yourself a PhD place. The first thing, unlike a master's or an undergraduate where you put in an application through a university or through UCAS, for a PhD, it's slightly different. Procedure is you think about the area that you want to do your PhD in. So, for instance, if you're in human resources, what area, what subject within human resources do you want to research? Or whatever your subject is, what is it? What is your research? Not the whole field, but just the piece of work that you want to carry on. And it has to be very, very small. With a PhD, you are not seeking to change the world. That's what I was told when I started, because I had so much that I was looking at. But so, for example, in my case, I wanted to look at migrant women in leadership. Migrant women and leadership, because I felt there wasn't enough going on. I didn't hear enough about help that is there for migrant women who want to go into leadership or anything to do. It was like migrant women and leadership were not synonymous with each other. You wouldn't hear the two being talked about together. And so I wanted to explore a bit more about that subject. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to take it, but I had an idea that's where I wanted my study to be. So I wanted migrant women, self-inclusion into leadership. So by self-inclusion, I mean our own pushing as opposed to who's inviting us to the table, so to say. So once you find that area that you want to research, it's time for you now to go into university websites. And yes, it can be a tedious job. Go into a university website, go to the department of the area that you're studying in, and look for people that have an interest. Usually the lecturers and professors will put their research interests as well. So you need to match yourself with somebody who's doing work in that area so that they can be an effective supervisor for you. It's not always that you find the exact match, but at least you will find somebody that is interested in that area, in that similar area. Once you found those people, you contact them. Usually the websites also have contact details. You contact them and ask them about it. Give them a brief about what you want to do. While you're thinking about what you want to do, it's also important to start looking at putting together a proposal. Just like you're going to apply for a job, you put together a proposal. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. This is how I think I can do it. This is the reason why it's important for it, and this is the contribution that I'm going to make. There are a lot of templates on the internet of how to do a proposal, or the websites, they will have some guidelines that you can follow. So once you've put that together, then once you've found the right lecturers that you think can help you, the right professors that you think can help you, email them, you ask them, and they might not reply straight away, or they might tell you to go to somebody else. It's okay. Most of the times they will come back and say, yes, I like what you're doing, but I think I want to change it a little bit in this and this, because it's a two-way system. They're supervising you, they're going to be helping you by supervising you, but you also need to help them so that they can fulfill their own area of work, because everybody has to have a what's in it for me. Unless you apply for a PhD where they're just advertising straight away for a job, so you go in as a researcher who's employed by a particular project, and that happens as well. You really need to own your work and say, this is what I want to do, but this is how much I'm willing to give away. And remember, if you're self-funding, if you're using a government loan, or you're using money from your own pocket, you need to be very clear about what you want to get out of it, so that you're not derailed into doing a PhD for somebody else. Once you've got it, once you put all those, then they will tell you what the process is, then you start the application. So that's how you get yourself into the mindset of applying for the PhD. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.